What's up, world? So, a lot going on right now. So I'm gonna jump right in this. Okay. Now, importance of honesty, importance of relationship, importance of everything, and self gratification, self happiness. Now, sometimes in life, we lie, we deceive, we don't mean to, but we wind up getting caught up in the mix, get caught up in the BS, get caught up in all the little shit that winds up help thinking, well, this little lie won't hurt, this little deceivement won't hurt, this keeping shit to myself will not hurt anybody. In actuality, it does. It hurts yourself. It hurts the partner you're with. It hurts the situation you're with, and the your whole life to be happy, to be successful, to to achieve things in life, regardless on what that achievement is. You know, because that one little thing that you thought was an innocent lie winds up being humongous that you can damage a lot of people's lives in. Okay. Also, it winds up, especially if it's to a loved one, you wind up damaging the trust. Wind up so you damage the trust because that little white lie, that you thought it was a white lie, that wound up you digging yourself into a hole that you can't come out of. Okay. Once that trust is lost, it's kind of hard to gain it back. Sucks, but it's true. It happens with everybody, with every situation. It's kind of you constantly question that person that lied to you. You constantly question them. Is this dude? This fucker told me the truth. Is my kid told me the truth? Or whoever it was that lied to you. And made you question their trust. And it's hard if you're the one that lied, or if it's hard for you to come back for that. Come back from that. If somebody lied to you, you're gonna have trouble believing them, even if they are honest with you, even if they are straight with you, even if they are telling you the 100% truth, you're gonna have trouble believing them. It sucks, but it's the real reality about that, And stuff like that, it winds up manifesting you. It winds up tearing you apart. It winds up killing you. You know, Especially if it's a loved one, somebody that you give a shit about, somebody that you care about tremendously. You know, and sometimes it's a deal breaker, and sometimes it ruins the relationship. A lot of times it messes up the relationship to an extent. Sometimes it is salvageable, and depending on the situation, and hopefully it is salvageable. Sometimes it's gonna salvageable, but it's a lot more work, a lot more frustration, a lot more headaches, a lot more, not really headaches, but headaches in the sense that the situation you're in, because you're frustrated, because you want to give the person a second chance, but you don't know how to. So you're driving yourself nuts. You drive yourself crazy, and you make yourself unhappy because of that. So once you become and get into that moment where you make yourself unhappy, it's kind of hard for you to get out of that rut. We're only human, um, and sometimes that person that you're trying to trust winds up smothering you, winds up you feeling like they're attacking you. Even though it might not be that, that's just the mind frame you're in at that specific moment. You know, and even though they might want to make you happy and try to, get your spirits high, no one can make you happy. Only you can make yourself happy. Only you can do that. Only you can change your circumstances. Only you can do that. Um, Sometimes it's falling apart to fall back in love, which sucks on both parties. Because the one that lied to you might, if they're a good-hearted person, they're going to be the ones that are suffering just as bad, sometimes maybe a little bit worse than you are. Not saying, your suffering is not critical, not, severe too, It's just, it affects both parties tremendously. And it's hard for both parties to come back from a situation like that when there is, when it winds up being that frustration of hostility of, when you question, do I want to make it work? Do I, and go from there, but at the end of the day, you can only make yourself happy. As hard as it is sometimes, only you can make yourself happy. And if that means, isolating yourself from the situation, being apart from the situation, to gather yourself together to make yourself happy, as hard as it is for both parties, sometimes it is necessary. And it sucks ass at times. It really does. And it's not going to be easy, but usually the things that are great in life are usually not easy. And if it is easy, you're not going to value it at all. Usually the things in life that you value the most, it's because you had to bust your ass and sweat for it. Sweat tears, sweat blood. You know, it's a bittersweet, and it's overcoming boundaries, overcoming the frustration, overcoming being upset, overcoming not being able to look at the person because you're like, damn, and that frustrated with that individual for doing this to me. When both persons, both parties, there was a lot of love there, and a lot of consideration, and a lot of hope, and a lot of dreams, and a lot of ambition on both ends. But that one little lie turned into another, and wind up getting into a hole where it's like, there's no coming out of this motherfucker. And again, it can totally destroy a relationship. And again, hopefully it is, on those circumstances that happens like that, it is salvageable. And if it is salvageable, sometimes time apart is the best, best solution, best key, best thing to, start off fresh, start with a clear slate, start off with a clear conscience on everything, on both ends. We're able to start dating again, able, to develop a friendship, because if you just hopped into a relationship and, didn't fully give each other's friendship a chance, it's kind of hard for anything else, especially when the friendship was, had some lies to it, So that's what I would recommend to people that are going through that, because again, I know a lot of people, I've had questions, I've had answers, I've talked to people that have gone through similar things like this and are going through this like that. And when I've seen them and talked to them, the advice I've given to them, because again, we've all made mistakes. We're only human, we've, live, learn, in my life experiences, things like that. It's kind of, like the old saying, you made your bed, now sleep in it, and it kind of sucks, but, we all have to take ownership and responsibilities for our actions. I'm only responsible for my actions. You're responsible for your actions, and if you're not taking responsibility for your actions, you're going to constantly be in victim mode. Being in victim mode, you're never going to get anywhere. Get yourself out of the situation for a little bit to get out of victim mode. The victim mode gets you absolutely nowhere. Period. Point blank, nowhere. So moral of the story is, get yourself happy, make yourself happy. Don't be in victim mode. If you know that you want to be with an individual, bust your ass to try to do it. Get yourself happy first. And then you'll both get yourself happy, work on yourselves, and then hop back in the relationship like, okay, cool. I'm happy with myself. I'm happy with the situation. Now these are my goals in life. These are your goals in life, and move forward. Going in two separate paths to bring shit to the table, to help each other out, to push each other to do better. But still, end result is you making yourself happy. So, but anyways, till next time, this is Zoe. I'm out. Stay tuned to the truth. Peace.